GG.
That's my friend! And you're found you!
Oi mate, how are ya? Let's talk about minions in League of Legends. Minions are such an insanely essential part of the game. It's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. I don't know how new players think about minions, but let me tell you, I think most people don't think about them. Why am I speaking like this anyways? You know, people aren't really thinking about them like armies, because that's basically what they are, right? We send armies into fight every 30 seconds, and they're like, your minions are kind of like your teammates in a way. They're extremely valuable, like literally, because they give your opponent gold after they exerted their pressure, pretty much. They're running it down so you can fly, or whatever the saying is. They give you vision. They give you vision. It's pretty important. I mean, playing the minion game, it's one of those things where I think, new players, they don't think about it at all. They think like, oh yeah, let's fight, let's get a few little last hits here and there, but actually analyzing where the state of minions is, what it's gonna be in the next two waves, and basing your decisions off of it, that's when real strategy starts to happen, kinda. And I mean, just think about it, how important minions actually are, Imagine this. Imagine minions don't give any gold anymore, but one team doesn't spawn minions. Like, how consequential would it be? The game would be impossible to play, of course, for the enemy. Even if it doesn't give any gold, you wouldn't even have to fight. Like, you cannot take any objectives without minions. It's impossible. Literally impossible, You cannot take objectives without minions. That's how important they are. It's crazy. And I think we just kind of glance over the fact how important they actually are in most games, and just, we just expect them to be there in a way. That's for me. Maybe you're like a strategy, you're like already like printing LP, with your strategy, being good at controlling minion states, or like responding to minion states, etc. For me personally, sometimes, if I go into side lane, the bare minimum is okay. I stack 2 waves and then try to push a turret. That's my extent of minion strategy in lane. Maybe I'll freeze, maybe I'll 2-stack. It's coming together slowly, but it's not very consistent, And being consistent is the point, That's the point. I think it's a good mental exercise to like understand how essential minions are, and understanding macro advantages and the actual impact of minions in the map, If you're trying to take Baron and the enemy team doesn't have minions, all of their lanes are pushed in, there's a pretty high chance you're actually going to get Baron, because they have to respond to minions. Minions will take your objectives. That's the point. Like, it's like an extra player almost. You can play, and you can create pressure advantages without anyone having to be in a lane, which is how you win, right? That's literally how you win if you think about it. And the same thing with like Baron overall, you're buffing minions, right? So that you can take the objectives even better, because the enemy team cannot really delete the minions, which is what you have to do to protect your base. Deleting minions, it's not like deleting the enemy team in a sense, because you can play far back, but the minions will always run in, so they're very, 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 very important. They're creating space. They're giving you gold. They're giving you experience. And they're giving you vision as well. That's why it's so good to kill turrets, because minions can now run past it and create vision. And you have more information than your enemy, which is super valuable. You also can count on the fact that enemies will be drawn towards minions, always. It has to be. They have to catch minion waves. And having a certainty in knowledge means it is exploitable, because you know in advance where the enemy is going to be. So you can either take an objective, you can catch them on the rotation, you can catch them coming out of the base, because they want to go back to the lane, catch your minions, Like, the whole team, the whole like game kind of revolves around minion waves in a way, which is not at all how people think about it. And I think that's pretty fascinating. I mean, a lot of people talk about minions, but at least for me, myself, it's not like, oh yeah, if I describe to someone what a League of Legends is about, I'm not saying, League of Legends is about NPC characters walking at each other. Whoever can get an advantage in them has a good chance for a good outcome or something. You know, we're not talking about it. We're saying, okay, it's like a brawl game. We're fighting each other. We take objectives. But minions aren't even like talked about in that way how we describe League of Legends, you know, and I think it's kind of weird. You can also be guaranteed that somebody is gonna walk up to last hit, so that's also a certainty which can be punished. That's you hear that pretty often, you know, just if someone walks up to a last hit, punish them if possible, since they cannot respond while being in their auto animation or in their animation, right? If they're focused on last hitting, you can be focused on hitting them, and that's pretty much it. That's minions. Short video makes sense, no? Hope you have a good day, and yeah, leave a subscribe if you want to, if you enjoy this content, and yeah, I'll see you. And hopefully my red carpet here is gonna turn blue in some of these days. Enjoy.